Don't expect this to be some information or historical piece on who Nujabes was and his influence on the music industry as a whole. Here's what's really about to happen. I'm gonna be yapping up a storm about the producer who changed the trajectory of my life. Back in my day, Nujabes used to be a more niche name in the producing community. Knowing of him was like having elite ball knowledge. This isn't really the case nowadays as he has gained more notoriety throughout the years. Most notably, his beat Aurarian Dance became a viral sensation on TikTok during the rise of the Stoicism memes. You remember the Vinland Saga, I Have No Enemies, and the Vagabond memes with some quotes about Stoicism attached to them. I remember feeling a sense of gladness that my favorite producer was finally getting the worldwide attention he deserved. But like most TikTok trends, it died as fast as it came. Pause. It was also the first time in my life where I felt like one of those gatekeeping ass hipsters. Yeah, I was happy that my goat was becoming popular, but also they weren't appreciating him enough for me. Crazy how you almost always become the thing you hate the most. Most people associate the song with the Vinland Saga meme, and of course, nobody cared to look up who actually made it. They didn't care that Nujabes was one of the sole reasons why lo-fi existed, nor did they care about the impact he had on the hip-hop community as a whole, or that he created one of the greatest anime soundtracks ever for a legendary show, Samurai Champloo. They just cared about funny meme. I have no enemies. I love Vagabond. I got over it eventually. You can't care too much about this stuff, you know? I think I first found a song of his in like the 6th grade, so that was around 2011, and I was immediately sucked in. I don't remember the first track I listened to from him, but I do remember the first rap track I heard, Lady Brown. To this very day, I know this song almost bar for bar, and I still bump it at least once a week. Basically, I became totally obsessed with this guy, and I went through his entire discography and also discovered that he died a year before I even knew of his existence. Thinking back on it, I don't think I've ever been that obsessed with an artist prior to that. Like bro, I listened to everything Nujabes released, and even searched beyond to find some of his unreleased stuff. I eventually stumbled upon lo-fi hip-hop because of Nujabes, and to be honest, it kind of ruined the genre as a whole for me. I mean, it's like comparing Toy Story 1 to the newest Toy Story. The newer stuff just doesn't possess that secret sauce that the OG came with. Despite that, I was a lo-fi head for another cool 6 years of my life. So many of my middle school to high school memories are connected to the discography of Nujabes. Walking back home from school during the winter time, biking back from my friend's house, or studying for a unit test. Every time I listen, it brings me straight back to those moments. Little quick lore on myself. I am a jazz pianist, but I actually had plans of going into computer science like all my friends. My dream during high school was to create video games, because I thought they were so awesome, and also coding was pretty fun back then. I made the pivot for many reasons, but one of the big ones was because I wanted to give other people the feeling Nujabes was able to impart in his own art. The very first actual beat I ever made was a Nujabes type beat. No lie, you can still see it on my music channel, Cool Pop Beats. Shameless plug, sorry. I called it Contemplating Tonight or something cringe like that. I remember putting forth a ton of effort and the feeling of satisfaction that came after finishing it. Listening to it now is obviously it's turbo ass, but I guess that just shows how much I've grown as a producer. If you go back and listen to the music I've made, you can really tell how much Nujabes has influenced my individual sound as a producer. I studied his beats a ton to find out what gave him that magic sauce that made his beats feel so infinite. It's like he casted a genjutsu on you and you had been completely frozen in time. The thing I wanted to take away from him the most was how present his music made you feel. I feel like a lot of music nowadays, and even back then, was the artist trying to come and show you the world they created. But Nujabes made you sit in your own mind palace. Sometimes it was scary because you really get lost in your own thoughts, but that kind of taught me a lot about myself. How to be present, live in the moment. Those were the biggest lessons I gained from listening to Nujabes. It's also a big reason why I decided to pursue this path, even though everything about this career is so volatile. I hope you can come to appreciate the music he left with us as much as I do. Go check him out whenever you have the time, and if there are any Nuja-based stands out there, let me know if anything I said resonated with you. If you like this kind of content, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.